Okay, all right. Functioning addict. That was me. I was always a functioning addict. I was a functional addict. Okay, like my stepdad. He was a really gnarly bad alcoholic. Always a functioning alcoholic though. He had a good job at the airport. He has a good job at the prison now, an electrician, and he was at PDX and Portland Airport, and he just he'd get off work, dude. He had like an hour and a half drive home. He had pop open beers. He'd drink beer the whole way. Always had some vodka under the seat too. He'd sip on, get home and drink another 12 pack at home, and then whatever he drank, go to bed early, get up, and he just did it day in and day out. He'd be hungover, go to work. I mean, he was just one of those guys. He never missed work, but he always never missed getting drunk. That's what it is. And I know a lot of people like that. I grew up or worked over there. Well, I had to grow up in the logging community and stuff. And there's a lot of guys that just, it's hard work, and a lot of guys, not all of them, but you know what I mean. Guys that could just drink every night, just pretty hard. And they just get up and go to work and just feel like crap all day. And then by the time you get off, you're starting to get over your hangover. So do you drink again? That's just what it is. And I was a functioning addict, big time. I used at work. I like to use a lot after work and more on the weekends if I could, whatever I could finagle and afford and get my hands on. That's what it was all about. I've talked about before, I'd work more. To make more money, to take more stuff. That was the plan. That was the goal. That's what the goal was. That was my life. It's your life. When you're an addict, it's, especially, it's your life, dude. And especially when you are dependent as well. You're addicted, but you're dependent. Man, it is your whole life. You will drop everything to go get this or that or whatever. Your happiness revolves around it. This is about functioning addicts. I know my fair share of addicts that don't function, that were functioning addicts for a little bit, and then it turns into? It turns into getting fired, and then being homeless possibly, and then getting in trouble with the law. Dude, my best friend in high school, me and him like stuff. We like stuff in like pot we like to drink and we like pot, in high school. Immediately he liked to do, he'd dabble in more stuff than me. And then, got out of high school, and he had a kid young, got out of high school, and, and then we kind of split off for a while. We were doing, doing our own thing, and he had a life, I had a life, and, but we were, still friends, but we just hadn't seen each other in a while. We ran into each other, and I was addicted to pills. He was addicted to pills. It was like, oh, wow. Surprise, surprise. You know what I mean? Really, it wasn't a surprise. I mean, and we're so similar in that respect, where we like to feel good. We wanted to numb pain and stuff. And he was a functioning addict then. Okay. He was working at the mill, doing the whole thing, and then we kind of split off again. And next thing I know, I found out from not that this really matters. In fact, I just found out from a friend, we'll just say that he was homeless. And then I started noticing, I started searching online and stuff, and the dude has been arrested for like so many. I'm just like, what? Stealing cars? He took the police on a chase. I mean, there's like, I don't even know how many freaking, photos, or what's it called? I can't think of it when you're in jail. What's mugshot? There you go. Woo! I did it. So many mugshots of him looking different. You could tell he started tweaking, and he's got strung out on meth and heroin, and still is. Okay, I want to find him so bad. I want to find him and talk to him. He. Obviously things have changed, but he was one of those guys where, because I was like this, even when I was using, in a way where I influence people, and he would listen to me a lot more than anyone in his freaking life, more than his parents and stuff. It was a trip, His dad would be like, can you talk to Hot Lunch? He wouldn't call him, that's what we call, that was his name. I'm not going to say his name. But he's like, can you talk to, and I would, and he knew anyway, whatever. But, But yeah, he's not a functioning addict anymore. That's the thing, is you can be, just because you're a functioning addict doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever, you know? And I hear this a lot too. By the way, I guess I'll just work into this too. I hear this a lot from people. They're like, well, they say, well, I'm clean because I have a job now and I'm paying my bills, and everyone is different. This is not judgmental. I'm not trying to do this at all. But if you're trying to get clean, or if there's something in your heart where you want to get off Suboxone or your methadone or whatever, or your kratom, but you're functioning, but you feel like you're not clean, just because you have a job and you're paying bills does not mean you're clean. That is not an excuse to not try to get clean or get clean, to get clean. That was my whole addiction and all the crap that I did. I never lost my job. I still work for the same company. I've been there 12 years. Yeah, I think 12 years. Maybe this October. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Or no, maybe longer than whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I never lost my job. Okay. I was using before I got my job, and the whole time I was, so don't I guess don't buy that crap. That doesn't mean you're clean. That just means that, yeah, you're working. You're paying your bills, which is freaking awesome. And a lot of us, that's a huge freaking step, dude. That is a huge step. And if you're one of those people, that you just got strung out and whatever, and that's just been the case for you, and you need the stability, then you need the freaking stability, and you need time to get things right. But I'm telling you, you don't have to be on that. It doesn't mean you have to be on that crap for the rest of your life if you don't want to, or if there's something, if you want to be on it for the rest of your life, be on it for the rest of your life. That's the thing. I don't want this to sound judgmental, but this channel tends to gear toward the people I talk to are people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's kratom. It's, they got off something, which is a huge deal. They got off heroin, they got off oxy, whatever, and now they're stuck on kratom. They got off heroin, they got off whatever, now they're stuck on Suboxone. There's people I talk to people that are stuck on heroin, that are stuck on the oxy. I'm talking to two guys that are freaking, one guy's 2 weeks off of oxy, the other guy is probably like 9-10 days or something like that. Both got off oxy. But when this for people that are sick and tired of being freaking sick and tired, I just don't want you to get comfortable, because there's people out there that will kind of make excuses, and it might be for their own life, because they want to feel better about what they're doing. That's true. I've done that before. I said, because I have done that before in my. Dude, I was telling myself, oh no, I'm on kratom, I'm clean. I knew in my heart I wasn't. I knew in my heart, like, dude, I have to take a lot of this every day just to get by. I knew that. And people would congratulate me, dude. Oh man, you got off methadone. And I just did not feel right, I knew in my heart, and I wasn't clean at all. Not at all. I was dirty taking that crap. But yeah, I just don't want, I don't want you to get lax if you feel it in your heart. Don't just be like, well, I watched this person, I went to a meeting, or I saw this on YouTube, this person, and they say, well, if you have a job, if you're paying your bills, you're clean. That doesn't mean you're clean. If you're being a better parent than you were or whatever, that doesn't make you clean. I'm just telling you that. That's not the standard. The clean is being clean. Are we taking stuff that rewards our brains? And I'm not saying if you're on antidepressants and stuff, I'm not saying that at all. I'm talking, and I've talked to people that are like, dude, if you're taking antidepressants or, mood stabilizer or whatever, you're not clean. And I used to think that way. I don't anymore. And my thing is if you're pumping dopamine in your cell, you know what I mean? You're getting your receptors going and pumping in dopamine. And when the withdrawal's just absolutely agonizing and terrible, I mean, we know it's not a great thing. We know, what I'm saying is, I'm not the doctor, I'm not the expert. We know in our hearts. That's what this really is. So what was this video originally about? Functioning addict. Yeah. But that's the thing. You could be a function. Was my stepdad clean? Think about that. Was I clean? No, he wasn't clean and I wasn't clean. He had to go to rehab and everything, dude. He was not clean at all. It was getting really bad. Okay, well that sure sucked. My phone, you guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do because my phone just doesn't have the freaking space, and I had to do some stuff just to get this back on for a little bit. Yeah, so I apologize, but I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but I don't want to just end abruptly. So yeah, functioning addict. I don't know. We know our hearts, okay. And just I don't know. Don't just believe when I have a job. I'm not an addict. There's a lot of functioning addicts. I talk to more functioning addicts than not. Okay, by quite a bit. Okay. Usually, if you have an iPhone and the internet, you can be, fairly functionable. You know what I mean? You're paying bills. I do know a lot of addicts in my personal life too that are not functioning addicts. They live off the government and get rides to methadone every day, and they don't work. They're just, or they're on the street, like I talked about my friend. So anyway, all right, let's do it. All right, God bless all y'all. V for victory and salute.